I built this sawmill about 2 years ago, and I was able to get it going just long enough to make one pass, and then the pulley on the back of the motor broke off, and it's been sitting ever since. I brought it up here to the property. It sat through one winter, and I didn't do much with it. I finally told myself it was time to work the bugs out and make this thing usable. Now, having a sawmill that's dependable and usable up here on the property would completely change the way I approach things. I have the ability to go up onto Forest Service land not far from our property and pay about $1 a tree to harvest good, dead-standing, Doug fir, lodgepole pines, and other varieties of trees. These are trees that I can use to build the shop with, and I more than likely will do this now. I've been thinking about the sawmill for quite a while. I wondered if I had it geared properly. I knew the motor I put on it was undersized. So I finally picked up a motor, decided to throw a tensioner pulley on this to see what it would do, and voila, the rest is history. Naturally, there's a few things I need to change on it to make it a little bit safer. I need to fix the shroud on the one side so it'll stay a little bit better, but overall, I'm shocked at how well this thing works. The motor's a 420cc Predator motor, which I got from a friend of mine here in town who bought it brand new from Harbor Freight. I made some minor changes to the platform, bolted it up, put some oil in it, put some gas in it, and it fired right up. Putting that tensioner in line with the belt seems to solve my problem. I don't have to run the motor at very high RPMs to get it cutting right. The bandsaw blade has not come off one time. I think it could stand to be a little tighter, and I need to add a water tank that can drip onto that blade to lubricate the blade while it's cutting. But overall, I'm genuinely shocked at how well this thing works. There's a couple of safety things I need to do. I would like to stiffen up the frame, and I would like to put a handle on the side of it that I can walk behind it and away from the rails where I'm not prone to tripping. Sometimes I think things to death and do nothing, and other times I just go to work and see what happens. I wanted a sawmill to have up here at the property. I knew I couldn't afford to spend $15, $20, $30, $40, even $50,000 for a good sawmill that would mill up to 20-foot logs. I wanted to see if I could build one that worked. And like I said, overall, it works great. The idea that I can make my own lumber here on the property just again changes things. I could mill the lumber and sell it. I could make different things with that lumber. I want to take some of the maple that I cut down a couple years ago and mill it into pieces of flooring and see what it looks like. I'm excited to try many different things now that I have confidence in the sawmill. I think if we're not careful, sometimes we can overthink things to the point where we do nothing. They call it paralysis of analysis. I've genuinely made a career out of flying by the seat of my pants, and sometimes it doesn't work out so well for me. But most of the time, as I persist, as I refuse to give up, things like this tend to work out in my favor. I've told my kids many times that I believe there's a universal law when it comes to the person that refuses to give up. I believe the universe rewards this person. Whether it's a spiritual thing, a religious thing, but I believe the person that refuses to give up, the person that tries desperately to do things their way, and regardless of how many times failure slaps them in the face, they just get back on the horse and keep trying. Call it stubborn, call it stupid. Somewhere along the way you learn from mistakes and you get better. Sure, you make changes, but the end result is you're almost always better for it. I've needed to get the back porch finished for a while, but this beam has been holding me up. I nearly drove down and bought one, but I wanted so badly to fix that sawmill. Now I can't wait to build that front porch. It's looking like it's going to be quite warm this weekend. I will probably try and pour the back porch pad and then get the vertical upright that will support this beam in place and call it good.
So you don't know how happy I am right now. This is a monumental moment, to say the least. I just milled the beam that I need for the back porch. 5.5 by 7 inch beam. It's going to support like 4 trusses. It's probably overkill. I would guess something like this. I cut it at 10 feet long. I only need about 9 feet. I would guess this would cost me $60 to $100 at least. But this is the wood from the grandpa tree. So now that I've done this, you better believe I'm gonna mill the lumber for the front porch that I need. I'm gonna mill the beams so I can get that front porch finished, and I'm gonna use this big old piece of Doug fir that I've been saving, that I cut down, whatever it was, 4 or 5 months ago. The fact that the mill works, I put a new motor on it. I put that pulley on it to keep that belt tight. I have not put a water, what do you call it? A water tank on it to lubricate the blade. Blade never really got hot, but you can see the sawdust was sticking a little bit. And by the way, this tree's still a little bit green. I can feel that I want to stiffen up the frame a little bit on that thing. That new motor that I put on there is 13.5. I think it's a 13.5 horsepower Predator motor. Runs like a top. This is a game changer, another game changer. I don't know why I waited so flippin' long to figure this out. it just changes everything. You know, again with these small victories. You know, it's a beautiful day. It's freezing cold right now. My feet are about frozen, but I may try and go get some lumber before the end of the year to pile up that I'm going to make the shop out of next year. And we'll see how the weather goes. But it's really, the blade cut's really clean. It's not rough at all. Very, very smooth. And it's a carbide blade that I paid 25 bucks for. I found the blade on the internet. So anyway, now I can finish the back porch. This is what I've been waiting for. So super exciting to say the least.